Hello everyone and welcome back to A City Planner Plays City Builders, and today we're playing City Skylines. You probably don't know what you're looking at, but this is the interchange that leads into Bluffside Crossing. And from what you can tell, it's poorly constructed and there are some issues with it. So this could be leading to some traffic issues. So today I want to take a look at our highway network, make some improvements, and really start to plan for our city's future. And I have this and the next episode mapped out. This episode we're going to focus on the highway and improve some of these oddities. And the next one we're going to experiment. The city is really primed for rapid development, and often cities can't really control development in terms of how it occurs, where it occurs, when it occurs. At a certain point, that would be a taking, which is kind of a legal way of saying that the city would be taking someone's property and not allowing them to do what they please with it, sapping the value of the property, and that's not legal. So similar to the community I work in, where we experienced 5 plats in 5 years, so 5 different neighborhoods, completely planned out by a developer in 5 years. We're going to do something very similar here. And what happens when that occurs is you have lots of things you need to fix afterwards, and I thought that would be fun to experiment with. So this, just to give a little more context, is the interchange between the highway that connects to our industrial area and our downtown. And it has this really bizarre three-way leg that connects into here. So we're going to do some lane mathematics and fix that. I think we're going to blow this entirely away. I want to make this a 4-way interchange that can connect up to here into our industrial area and provide direct access to our industrial area. I also want to come over here and provide access to this new industrial area. And I think a 4-way might be good here because this seems like it would be a very interesting place to have fast development occur. One of the reasons why I think that this area is primed, first of all, look at it. It's beautiful. It's completely surrounded by water. It's relatively flat, with the exception of the bluff in the middle. It's got connections to all modes, and it has highway access should one be built. So I think that that's going to be one of our future areas. So this I will build as a 4-way as well, and I will close one of the ends. And I'm going to reconstruct this. In the future, thinking way far ahead, I did purchase all of the areas that are available. We had them all unlocked. I think it would be neat to have a highway, and useful to have a highway that rings the entire city, provides highway access to what I think will be a future industrial area up here. We can have another airport for cargo, and this is a nice flat area that will provide some of that, some possibilities up there. So anyway, let's get started. First, let's pause and let's do away with this madness. This is probably the only part of the map that I don't love. I think that this is an excellent map. It is challenging. I'm not going to lie to you and say that this is a map that I've found to be simple to build on. Lots of topographic issues and challenges, and where you start kind of leads to that being the case. So either way, I think it's really fun. So I could go and make my own interchange, but reasonably, there are so many good assets out there, I don't really know why I would do that. I can pick from one that's already pre-created and works well already. So that's what I'm going to do. I've downloaded a number of them over the years. So I'm going to find one that works well for me. So I could do something fun like a spooey, you know, or something fairly basic. I mean, even the basic four-way interchange that comes with the game would work well here. But I do think I'm gonna go with some spaghetti. This might be kind of a fun interchange to have here. It might cause some issues. We will find out. So there is a lot going on here, and there are things that we are going to need to remedy in terms of the connections. As you can tell here, it's not really, there's no real attention paid to how things are dividing off. It's just kind of happening, I think, for visual effect more than the actual practicality of how it would perform. Now that I'm a little bit closer, I see that it would be good to move this over just a little bit. That's better. Okay. We can clean some of this up using Move It. That's better. And this, I think we're going to just need to rebuild a little bit. I'm a little further back than I would have preferred, but that's okay. Alright. And let's make sure that's straight. Now we've got to fix our directions. Okay, good there. Good over here. And now we've got to get it right over here. Now, I'm thinking I might kind of swing this back around and hug the shoreline, use the topography, and then free up some of this land to be buildable in the future. It's really challenging when there's a highway right in the middle to be able to really do anything significant with the land, as you would imagine. But this is going to free up quite a bit of space. So let's see. I want this to look kind of clean here. Let's mirror that. Okay. So if you aren't a big user of the freeform tool, I would highly recommend it. It's a really powerful tool that can help you create, some really smooth roads fairly quickly, and in combination with Move It, I find it to be, really an excellent tool. Just gotta fix our directions. Oh wait, I'm actually breaking our directions. Now we're fixed. And it created a bridge over here that I don't love, so I'm going to try to just do a little bit of cleanup. One of the ways that's easy to do that is just to convert it. So I'll probably need to terraform a little bit. So I will smooth out this area. And now I will try to convert it back and see if that just fixes it for us. There we go. Perfect. Let's do a little bit more cleanup. Just to eliminate some of these high areas. And I will readily acknowledge that there are probably better ways to do this, but for my purposes, this is fine. Okay, so I think this is already going to be significantly more efficient. Let's just run it and see how it looks, and then we can do some fixes. I like that. There's a couple kind of bumpy spots in here that I don't love. So let's smooth those out just a little bit. You always got to make sure you click off this tool, because if you leave it on, you'll drag it while you're moving. So this is one of my older assets, and I believe it was made, you know, well before Move It was in vogue, which makes this, in my mind, an extra impressive asset. Because that means that someone did this freeform by hand. How cool is that? I'll tell you what, I certainly could not. Okay. So 3, this should be 4, but I don't want 4. So this should be 2 actually, and then 1, 2, 3. So let's fix that on this side too. Three, 2, 2, 3. Okay. 2 over here. Oh, as I'm breaking it. This will make sure that the way that this is operating in the future is as efficiently as possible. So I like to do this anytime I reuse an asset. Often they are not built as efficiently as they could be. Okay, 3, 2. Okay, all right. So this branch is off. Gets one more. Bummer. So this one, oh, I see it. Right there. So the numbers of lanes will make sense. You just got to do a little bit of work. Be a little patient as you're looking. So now, as you can tell, there are 3 lanes here branching off. Same here, same here. Same here, same here. Okay. I think I have it correct. Now what I was thinking was it would be nice to have another way to access this industrial area through an arterial and maybe connect up and make a little loop for our industrial district. And then in the future, maybe we could even relocate some of this industrial to that new district and kind of revamp this area, because I don't think that this is how we want it to be forever. So let's do that. And I think I might want to redo that curve, get it to line up. Okay. It'll be close-ish. Okay, and now we are going to take this and finish up. Turn off anarchy. Get these, actually I'll turn it back on. Get these pointing in the right direction. And now we need to do a little bit of lane management here. the last thing we want are people doing U-turns right here. Okay. So I already think that this is going to be an incredibly positive change for the industrial area. And I think we're going to start seeing utilization right away. Oh, I'm breaking it. Try to clean it up just a little bit. Okay. So this does provide, you know, incredibly direct access straight to that industrial area, which is what we didn't have before. And unfortunately, it looks like it breaks this. Now, the reason for that is the lane issue. If you look here, this 3-lane road goes into a 2-lane road, so there are conflicts there. So we are going to upgrade that. We could do something more dramatic here. We could add slip lanes. I just don't know that it merits it just yet. While I'm here and I'm concentrating all of this traffic in this particular area, I do think that it would be beneficial to grade separate this train crossing. So I'm just going to do that quickly while I'm here. Let's get snapping on. Let's be a little more fine with it. All right.
You should go now. Run. No, I won't leave you here. We can run together.
Yeah, that's going to help out a lot. Prevent backups. I think that in the future we should also try to find a way to eliminate this crossing. That is really close to the roundabout. This roundabout looks like it's breaking down. There might be some merit at this point to removing this roundabout altogether and connecting this highway up directly with this area. But I think I'm going to think about that a little bit. We're going to see how things clear up over time. For the time being, I want to add that one additional freeway access over here that I mentioned. So let's look at what we are going to use over here. So I think for the time being, I might just go with a fairly traditional, well, not traditional, I'm going to do something a little interesting here. So I'm going to place one of these facing towards our existing zone. And one of them towards where I want our future zone to be. And now we have some work to do to fix this. So let's make all of our connections. Clean that up and move it a little bit. Smooth this out. Alright. There's something odd happening here. Alright. So that happens a little bit when you, with some of the mods that I have activated, you'll see that the roads will overlap. And as a result, you'll get these weird sections where you can see that there's clearly a connection, but one isn't being made in reality. If you don't fix that, it's going to lead to traffic issues. So we're going to do some lane management here again. So this is again branching off into 2, then 3, then 2, then 3. Oh, there's another segment of 2 highways. So we'll just something odd is going on here. Oh, okay. I think it might just be this whole segment that is broken. So let's just, yeah, eliminate all of it. and start fresh. Okay.
Where am I? Just so beautiful.
Alright, and I'm just going to,
I am in.
I think for the time being, loop this back around.
Yes.
Doesn't need to necessarily be beautiful, because obviously we're going to fix that in the future, but this does give us access to the industrial area so long as we make that connection. So we're retrofitting this in here, so what I think I might do is actually just use a skinny 2-lane collector and upgrade the existing road. Ah, broke it. Let's smooth that out a little bit. And then we'll do our upgrade. That fixes it, perfect. Do a little bit of terraforming to clean that up. While I'm over here, I see that there is a water issue. Let's just resolve that quickly. And then let's finish our connection. Now at this point, I think that we're safe to resume the map, so I'm going to do that. And we're going to need to find a clean way of making this connection. Don't love that. It's a little bit too long, so let's back up. And then we'll make that connection. I think we'll do the exact same thing over here. Make a nice clean connection. And then look at our lanes, make sure lane management is correct. I think for the most part it is, but there's still the ability to make that U-turn that I don't love. And I want to look at the rest of this just to make sure that there's some kind of wonky slowdown going on, and I'm not 100% sure why. So, yeah, completely comes to a stop. So let's take a look at this junction here. Something's not working. Okay, I see it. There is a mini segment causing issues, and I kind of mentioned that before, that with some of these mods, when you use them, it can leave segments there, and that can confuse the AI. So the last thing you want to do is leave that there and have traffic slow down, not because you did a bad job designing the roads, but because there is a segment of roads confusing the AI. And now we have eliminated that. Well, we've eliminated some of that, it looks like. Trying to make sure there's nothing else weird here. Just make sure that there aren't any odd looking nodes. I don't see anything else. So it seems like it's moving pretty smoothly. You got some traffic finally starting to come down this road. I think we'll want to take a look. We probably should have set this as a priority road to control those junctions. Let's see. Yep, that fixed it. Except for there. Last thing we want is a stop sign on a roundabout. That doesn't work all that well. Oh, we have one here too. Odd. Maybe we should just do one more peek over at our other interchange to make sure that there's no crazy stop signs. Don't see any. Another roundabout, nothing there. And look at that. Traffic seems like it's moving well now. Let's take a look. We're at 83% traffic flow. Let's see where our hotspots are. Yeah, this, I figured after throwing in this kind of bypass highway, I figured that this would be a heavily utilized corridor, and it is. We might need to do something to clean this up in the future. And let's see, are there any other real hot areas? Not really. What I'm always looking for, so it's one thing to see a roundabout or interchange in red. In a commercial area, in planning they always say not all congestion is bad congestion. This is good congestion. This means that the area is alive, it's doing well, there's lots of pedestrian activity, lots of commercial activity, it's desirable, the value is high. This is a good congestion problem. A bad congestion problem, this is a bad congestion problem. This is poor geometry, geometrics are off, and something could be done to remedy that. So in the future, that might be an area of concern to take a look at. But right now, I'm pretty pleased. Not so much right here, but in other areas, I'm pretty well pleased. Let's save this for another episode. But a way to fix this would be to bring this and kind of square it up. Right now, it's a pretty harsh angle, and that's why this is slowing down. If we could bring this roundabout's intersection to the left a little bit, that would smooth everything up. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give the episode a like, consider subscribing to my channel, and hit the notification bell if you want to know when I release new videos. Again, the next episode is going to be focused on sprawl. We are going to sprawl into the oblivion, and then look at how that impacts the city and try to retrofit some fixes afterwards. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next one.